What were the main limits of the Ferrari SF-23 chassis in the 2023 F1 season? That's a fascinating question. The 2022 season marked the comeback of ground effect aerodynamics, a game changer that led to three distinct car designs from Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Among them, Ferrari's F175 and Red Bull's RB18 dominated the early races, while Mercedes W13 struggled with the infamous ping issue. As the season progressed, the race was on to improve these designs. Ferrari and Mercedes chased Red Bull, aiming for the championship and trying to close the performance gap. However, the changing regulations between the 2022 and 2023 seasons threw a curveball, favoring Red Bull, especially in high-speed corners. While the 2022 season suited Ferrari and Red Bull, 2023 brought new challenges and opportunities. The 2023 season saw Ferrari and Mercedes tweaking their designs to catch up with Red Bull. Regulatory changes in the car's floor and height between the previous and current season might have given Red Bull an edge, with Ferrari suffering the most in high-speed corners, an area where they had previously shone. Mercedes also faced their share of difficulties, with the regulation changes forcing them to make trade-offs. The choice was between focusing on aerodynamics or minimizing ride height, a decision that led them to take a conservative approach, which unfortunately did not pay off. Over in Maranello, the SF-23 was being designed with a specific goal in mind: to strike a balance between high-speed and low-speed corner performance. This was not without its own challenges. The resulting design was a compromise that resulted in a significant loss of aerodynamic load in fast corners. But as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. The lessons learned from the 2023 season have paved the way for a complete overhaul of the rear end and a new chassis for the 2024 season. A key challenge Ferrari faced in 2023 was related to the design of the side pods and the placement of the anti-intrusion cone. Ferrari had chosen larger side pods than Red Bull, using part of the side pod fairing to better control the turbulence generated by the front tires. While this eliminated the need for a V-shaped chassis, it also posed limitations when it came to placing the anti-intrusion cone on the car's underbody. The cone was placed under the radiators, maximizing the structure at the allowed maximum height. This allowed Ferrari to design the front part of the underbody in a more favorable way. Despite the challenges, Ferrari's design choices had their logic, but they also exposed the limitations for the 2023 season. As we look ahead to 2024, we can expect to see some major changes in the design, especially in the side pods and the placement of the anti-intrusion cone. The lessons of the past are set to shape the future, and it will be exciting to see how Ferrari's new chassis design will affect their performance in the upcoming season. Looking ahead to 2024, Ferrari is preparing for a rear-end overhaul and a new chassis design. So what does this mean for the prancing horse and its legion of fans? Well, let's dive into it. The 2023 season saw Ferrari making a series of compromises, especially in terms of aerodynamic performance in high-speed corners. The side pods and anti-intrusion cones were seen as the main limits of the Ferrari SF-23 chassis. But as we move into 2024, Ferrari is planning some major modifications to address these issues. At the heart of these changes is a new chassis design. In 2023, Ferrari's chassis design posed some constraints, especially when it came to placing the anti-intrusion cone on the car's underbody. But the 2024 redesign is expected to offer much more flexibility in this regard. This is no small matter. The placement of the anti-intrusion cone can have a significant impact on the car's aerodynamics, stability, and safety. By moving the cone to a different position, Ferrari hopes to optimize the airflow under the car and improve the downforce and balance. This could give Ferrari an advantage in both high-speed and low-speed corners, as well as on the straights. The new chassis design is also expected to be lighter and stiffer, which could improve the handling and performance of the car. The new chassis design is not the only change Ferrari is making for 2024. The team is also working on improving the engine, the suspension, the cooling system, and the electronics. Ferrari hopes to make the most of the new technical regulations and the budget cap, and challenge Red Bull and Mercedes for the title. The 2024 season promises to be an exciting one for Formula One fans, and Ferrari is determined to make it a memorable one for themselves and their supporters. The new SF-24 is set to be unveiled in February 2024, and we can't wait to see it in action.